Hey, Disney lovers everywhere, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the uh, ranking that you have all been waiting for years now. My Disney Renaissance ranking, my ranking of the Disney classics back when the Mouse House was truly at its peak, and me and my sister both being 90s kids, feel proud to be uh, uh, brought into the world when during Disney's greatest era, and I mean, we've still yet to see an era ever dethrone this 90s Renaissance. And there isn't a single Disney Renaissance movie that's bad as even the ones on the lower end of the ranking. I would still at least rate 3 stars. Well, there's technically only one I'd rate 3 stars, and you all know what that is. Yeah, and this is also part of the celebration of Disney's 100th anniversary. Without further ado, if you want to know my personal ranking of the Disney Renaissance classics from my favorite to least favorite, then just keep watching. At number 10, at the very bottom, what is universally agreed upon as the weakest Disney Renaissance movie, Pocahontas. Yeah, this movie certainly did not do the actual Pocahontas historical story justice. Disney are known for changing up the original stories just to make the movie more commercially viable, and that's exactly what Pocahontas does. It went for a cliched and frustratingly predictable narrative when it could have gone for a serious war epic between the Native Americans and the English settlers. The slapstick is certainly some of the most unnecessary I've ever seen a Disney animated classic between Miko and Governor Radcliffe's dog, and Pocahontas and John Smith make for rather dull leads, and their love story isn't much better. Uh, and their love story isn't much better. But but people still come down too hard on Pocahontas. It still has its moments like Grandmother Willow, the animation, the sensational songs, especially Colors of the Wind. But as a follow up to the king of Disney itself, the Lion King, yeah, this was a underwhelming one to say the least, and no way was it going to repeat the success of Lion King as Disney thought. At number 9, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, I know you're disheartened to see this one is so low on my ranking, but this is still a underrated masterpiece, and the fact that Disney would go as far to adaptate one of Victor Hugo's, and not so cheerful stories. I mean, can you imagine what if they did a Les Mis movie? But this is still a incredibly powerful Disney motion picture, as it teaches us to judge people by their character, not their appearance. Like as the gypsy puppet master says, Quasi is the man and Frollo is the monster. And Esmeralda, she is a excellent character on her own, standing up for the outcasts, and Judge Claude Frollo were literally Satan in human form. He is that evil, and the and the gargoyles, I don't get the hate for. They're harmless, and the Hellfire being, well, certainly the most disturbing villain song they have ever done. And while it's turned out to be one of the least successful Disney Renaissance classics, it is still far superior to A Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. I think we can all agree. At number 8, The Rescuers Down Under, most underrated Disney Renaissance movie. How is this the least talked about one? I get that it has no songs. It's probably the only Disney Renaissance movie with no songs. Does that mean it deserves to be forgotten? Hell no. This is still a rollickingly good and underappreciated follow up to The Rescuers, which was a uh, such a charming and wholesome adventure. Even if this doesn't quite have the emotional punch of its predecessor, Rescuers Down Under certainly ups the ante with the action and the adventure and the animation. I mean, that golden eagle flight in the first few minutes of this movie will sweep anybody off their feet, uh, Bianca and Bernard's love story finally comes full circle with Bernard plucking the courage to propose to her like Kristoff did to Anna in Frozen 2. Marahute, the Great Golden Eagle, being one of the most magnificent looking animated characters Disney has ever done, period. And McLeacher being, well, uh, a dastardly abusive villain who gives a poor Joanna such a hard time. Yeah, am I the only one that felt bad for Joanna? So, yeah, this this one again, a lower tier Disney Renaissance movie, but it still deserves more love. At number 7, Hercules. Honey, you mean Huncules? I mean, wow. Maybe the most underrated movie to be directed by Disney legends John Musker and Ron Clements. Hercules honestly tells a far more compelling and hero's coming of age story than the original Greek myth ever did. So this is one of the few times I don't mind that it's not accurate to Greek mythology, because this is hands down the uh, most epic Greek mythology movie I've ever seen. I mean, and it's Meg. I mean, wow, she is an incredibly unique Disney heroine. One of the fewer to be initially in league with the antagonist. Voiced deliciously by James Woods, good old Hades, and the uh, fights being some of the grandest Disney has ever done to this day, especially Hercules' battle with the Hydra in the second act. Songs have a hilarious jazz feel to them, from Gospel Truth as Zero to Hero, and even I Won't Say I'm in Love, and uh, Go the Distance. I mean, uh, yeah, and this movie also helps us realize that a true hero is strength comes from his heart and not from being a celebrity. At number 6, Mulan, often regarded as one of the best, if not the best, of the second half of the Disney Renaissance. I mean, this movie certainly brought honor to Disney. Mulan herself was truly the first go-to kick-ass Disney princess, and she would inspire more Disney princesses to and she would inspire more uh, badass Disney princesses like herself for generations to come. And plus, Mushu being the first ever animated character ever voiced by Eddie Murphy before he would go on to Donkey in the Shrek franchise. And so we have Mulan to thank her for that. And Shun Yu being, well, a ridiculously overhated Disney villain. Shun Yu is suitably menacing and a uh, such an imposing threat to Mulan and Shang. I mean, is he one of the top 10 Disney villains? No way, but he's still infinity times better than shitty Governor Radcliffe from Pocahontas, and the the mountain fights are being quite a jaw-dropping uh, spectacle, as well as the songs are all being magnificent. Whether it's the uh, emotional solo reflection or the blood pumping make a man out of you. So yeah, happy 25th anniversary of Mulan. At number five, now we're getting into the golden movies of the Renaissance, the ones that I consider simply untouchable, and the ones that should never have been remade. Aladdin, whoa, what a amazing uh, uh, movie to follow up John Musker and Ron Clement's first movie, The Little Mermaid. And Aladdin, well, may not follow the traditional pantomime of Aladdin, but it is so timeless, and uh, the genie are clearly stealing the show, voiced by Robin Williams in his greatest role, and you can see how ecstatic Williams was about this character, and the genie or free scene still has me weeping as a 27-year-old man, and uh, Aladdin and Jasmine having a love story that feels well properly fleshed out, as and uh, a whole new world of being, well, a uh, Disney love song that will sweep anybody off their feet, and Jafar being one of the most powerful and cunning Disney antagonists, with Iago being the appropriate comic relief to go with him. I mean, who can forget the Sultan shoving crackers down his throats, and the action scenes are freaking awesome, especially the Cave of Wonders collapsing, and Aladdin and Jafar's final confrontation with Jafar transforming into a giant cobra. And this movie does reassure you that you don't need to be what society wants you to be to follow your dreams. Just be yourself. Yeah, because the girl of your dreams may like you better when you're not a prince. At number four, the one that started it all, The Little Mermaid, and John Musker and Ron Clement's first ever Disney flick. Despite the title, Little Mermaid is anything but little. This is a huge movie that's set the standard and would revolutionize, well, Disney princess movies, and it's certainly got Disney out of that dark age after the company was struggling to fully recover from Walt Disney's passing. This landmark in Disney animation has Ariel, one of the hottest and most rebellious and likable Disney princesses you will ever see. And I couldn't care less that she's boy crazy. It makes perfect sense for a 16-year-old girl to be boy crazy, and it makes her and Eric's love story that much more convincing. To Sebastian being easily the best developed of Ariel's friends, and uh, uh, Ursula. I can't praise Pat Carroll enough for her phenomenal vocal performance as the Sea Witch herself. I can't praise Pat Carroll enough for her phenomenal performance as the Sea Witch, and the uh, and the Pass of Your World song. That's is the definitive. That is the definitive what I want out of life a song, and the underwater visuals for 1989 standards, well, look 100 times greater than any underwater visual effect in a live action Little Mermaid movie could in 2023. So we love you, Little Mermaid. Mwah! Without you, the Disney Renaissance would never have existed. That's number three, Beauty and the Beast. Yes, the one that is most people's favourite. So well, it's debatable between Beauty and the Beast and the Lion King, which is the true fan favourite of the Disney Renaissance. But my goodness, Beauty and the Beast. This is undoubtedly one of the greatest animated movies of all time. I mean, certainly one of Disney's greatest and deservedly the first ever animated film to receive a Best Picture nomination. I mean, is that breaking new ground for animation or what? And screw Silence of the Lambs. Beauty and the Beast was the rightful winner in my eyes. So uh, I you can see why Beauty and the Beast was nominated for Best Picture and Pocahontas wasn't, because Belle, she before Elsa and Anna from Frozen, she was the uh, best Disney princess. Period, being not afraid to be true to herself and turn down the pompous and arrogant posing Gaston, and she picked the Beast not because of his looks or is but because of his kind and gentle nature. Yeah, she's certainly one of the kindest Disney characters that we've ever gotten, and Mrs. Potts, Lumiere, Cogsworth, and Chip are the enchanted objects themselves, well, making Belle feel like a guest in the castle rather than a prisoner, and trying to convince the Beast to be less bad tempered. The and this movie does have uh, real mature moments, especially when the Beast rescues Belle from the pack of wolves, and that on that final battle at the Beast Castle with the angry mob and Gaston taking on the Beast. Yeah, let's just say that's that did get intense as hell, and of course the animation is top class animation, to say it's is majestic would be an understatement, and that's ballroom dance. I mean, one of the most perfectly animated sequences I've still ever seen. Yeah, this elegant and beautiful movie deserves to be in the top three on my ranking. At number two, Tarzan. I mean, whoa, what terrific movie, Disney or not. But yeah, Tarzan has always been one of the most nostalgic and brilliant movies from my childhood, and it will always be in my heart and in every Disney fan's heart. It's why does this not get the love of other Disney classics? I have always been baffled by that because I mean because Tarzan does have a beating strong heart, and some of the strongest visuals you will ever see from Disney. And this is the most expensive movie from the Renaissance with $130 million budget, the uh, and the film is well uh, expertly paced with one of the most lovable and caring mothers in Disney, Carla, Tarzan's adoptive gorilla mother. She takes on the ferocious Sabor the leopard and defies the alpha male Kerchak to to look after baby Tarzan and to raise him into the badass Lord of the Jungle that he becomes. And he realizes it's not about where you come from, it's how you behave that makes you human. And the two antagonists, Clayson and Sabor, uh, are the perfect foes for him. And Clayson is, I think, another underrated Disney villain. He starts out generic, but he does get better and more terrifying in the third act. And his death when he accidentally hangs himself, I mean, still gives me chills just thinking about that. And also Tarzan's opening with the Two World song is a real whopper. And Phil Collins, you are the man. I mean, in a perfect world, this man would have done way more Disney songs, just like he also did for Brother Bear. And Tarzan would have been number one if not for one that you all knew would be number one the very millisecond this ranking began. My number one favorite Disney Renaissance is still the undefeated king of Disney, the Lion King. Whoa, I mean, do I even need to say more? Or what can I say that I haven't already said about my not just my favorite Disney or animated movie ever, but my literal favorite film of all time. Areas. I mean, uh, there isn't a single human on this planet that doesn't know about the Lion King. There's not a single Disney fan that isn't aware of the Lion King. I mean, I I have The Lion King is always one of the movies I have lived and have breathed on. Uh, I know every single scene, every single line of dialogue, every single lyrics from the songs, and everything about this movie all by heart. The animation is the best. The messages are the best. The characters are the best, the villain is the best, the songs, the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer and Elton John are the best. Disney thought this movie at the time as nothing more than an experiment and didn't uh, think that this would be a true home run or game changer. Well, how wrong they were, and it's still deservedly the highest grossing hand drawn animated movie of all time. Uh, and I wish that this received Best Picture as well as Beauty and the Beast, because, in fact, if I was running the Oscars, Lion King would have won Best Picture 1994. Uh, yeah, I'm proud to call The Lion King the number one best Disney Renaissance movie, and I'm sure 90% of you in the comments will be with me. Oh yeah, that is my Disney Renaissance ranking, all wrapped up for you all, and yeah, uh, uh, I know I ranked the Disney Revival Age 4 years ago, so I've still got to rank the Golden Age and the Silver Age and the Dark Age. Yeah, my Disney ranking days are far from done. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. And what are your favorite and least favorite movies from the Disney Renaissance? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.